I know probably a lot of us in here, a lot of you guys is gonna see this. We've lost some people that we never thought we would lose.
And your mental health is so much more important than the image you are trying to hold.
But if I don't have myself on the back end, at the end of the day, my platform is going to drop. I'm not going to be effective. Hey y'all, it's your girl Tasia. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Please make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you never miss when I upload a video. I upload lifestyle, beauty, entrepreneurship, and college content. So today we're gonna be talking about dealing with grief. If you're just not getting in, welcome. We're talking about dealing with grief. So I made a poll like, okay, would y'all rather me go live every Friday, or do y'all want me to just keep doing how I'm doing it? So the people's choice is to go live. So we're here. Like I always tell y'all, like whatever y'all tell me to do, I'm gonna do it. Like, as long as it ain't no crazy junk.
The rules real quick.
Okay, so y'all already know I'm a believer. Y'all already know God is the head of my life. Y'all know that. If you follow me, you've been following me. If you know me, you've been on that. If you don't know, that's what it is. So I think that's her. Hey Jessica. Hi. Give me 1 second. I'm setting the rules. We got our first caller. I'm just setting the ground rules for my live as far as calling in the text. Give me 1 second. Okay. So like I was saying, you know, I'm a believer. God is the head of my life, and it's just certain stuff that I'm not gonna tolerate when it comes to Free Game Fridays, my live, my platform, my page, my channel. I'm not having it. So we're not doing no name calling. We're not doing no mess. We're not doing none of that. It's like y'all can say what y'all need to say, but as far as being petty and name calling, leaving names out of it, use placeholders, keep the cussing to a minimum. If y'all send a text message with a whole bunch of cuss words, I ain't gonna say them anyway. But as far as being on the phone, like let's just keep it kosher. Let's just keep it at bay, cause I don't play. If you don't know me, I'm letting you, I don't play, especially when it comes to me and my brand. So that's hard for me. No mess, and keep the cussing to a minimum. That's it. Go ahead.
That's a little hard for me, y'all.
But it's hard for me too. I'm working on my cussing myself, but I'm gonna keep it.
I ain't working on my cussing, but I'm just saying.
I'm gonna keep it
for
here.
Right here.
So hey y'all, welcome in. If you just joined, we're talking about dealing with grief. Grief is it's hard, and I know probably a lot of us in here, a lot of you guys is gonna see this. We've lost some people that we never thought we would lose, and
ever. Like
it's still certain people that left, and I still just be like,
dang,
blanked out, like
this can't be real.
Like you, bro, like you. Nah, I don't see that. Like you really gone. Like that's crazy. So it's hard, and we are in this together at the end of the day. If you new here, if you're not new here, you know I always say like I'm here for y'all, and I mean that. So here we are. We're finna get through it together. I'm finna give y'all some. I'm gonna put y'all up on some free game about dealing with grief, because grief, it stems to depression and anxiety.
And it affects the people that's around you as well.
It does.
I may not have lost the same person Dontasia lost, but Dontasia's always around me, so it affected me as well.
Yes.
And then once it affects me, it goes back to affecting everybody else around me, because
there's energy and moods and attitudes involved. So, all right. So first things first, we're going to get into I'm pretty sure everybody know what grief is. I like definitions. I'm very practical. So we're gonna get into what is grief, period. It's just dealing with the emotions coming from losing someone or a traumatic situation, period. It don't necessarily have to be a death. You could have been molested, right? This could be a grief from back in the day, like a dog, a pet, a job, a car. Cause I done grieved my car. Baby.
Grief is just basically the loss of anything. Like money, baby.
That holds a place in your heart. Hey y'all, welcome in. Yeah, so grief is just something that it's a loss of something. So the first thing that I know helped me, that actually Brianna told me to do, and I didn't want to do it because I'm sensitive. I'm very sensitive, but I don't like crying. Like I be feeling like a fool when I cry. Like I be like, what are you doing? Like what are you saying crying for? So that's how I feel about crying and shedding tears. Like, and if I do, something's really, really wrong and really bothering me. So my auntie's year anniversary of her death was this past August, And I was still, you know, going through my emotions, not feeling motivated, not feeling like myself. Just to go back to when it happened, I quit my job, I dropped out of school, and I got out of a relationship. So everything left. Everything had to go. Like, job, school, nigga was gone. I lost my auntie and I dropped everything. Like, I lost myself. Then I lost my car for 5 months. So that's even more. So I lost my drive. I didn't feel like myself anymore. I'm like, for what? What am I doing this for? Like, my auntie not here. What am I doing this for? So a year came around and I was still, you know, battling with... I was still, you know, battling with different things, going through different emotions, still trying to get my drive back. And it may not look like it because, like I said, I'm building a brand at the end of the day. So sometimes my emotions be on the back end a lot of time. And that's really what I was doing. I was throwing everything that I was feeling on the back end because I got to upload. I got to do this. I got to make sure I post. I got to make sure I'm active so my views not down. You feel what I'm saying? So I was still going through that emotion. I'm like, running like, I don't know what's wrong. Like,
literally, she came to me, texted me, and was like, I don't know what's going on. I lost my drive. And I basically told her, girl, cry. Cry. There's no way. You can't keep sweeping something like this under the rug and think it's going to be okay. You can't let all this build up with you because it's never going to go anywhere. It's literally going to stay there. You have to face this type of stuff head on. Yes. And that whole losing your drive stuff, if the person you lost was here, oh, I cannot read that.
Casey, do me a favor and text that to the number below, please.
Yeah, because
I can't read that. Text that. Just copy and paste it to the number below. I promise we're going to read it.
But,
thank you.
But yes, thank you. But yeah, you have to face this type of thing head on. And that excuse of people like, oh, yeah, I lost, like she said, I lost my auntie. What am I doing? If your auntie was still here and she saw you just losing your drive.
It's a pity party. It's sympathy.
Thank you. And that's exactly what I told her. I said, Jones is going to tell you, get your behind up. Go out there, do what you got to do. You got to still act like the person is still here. No, you cannot pick up the phone and talk to them. But when you pray to the Lord or whoever y'all, you know, pray
whoever
to.
You serve.
Exactly. Talk to them. They not here, but they're going to always spiritually be with you. Always. Like, I literally sit here and talk to my cousin all the time. I be like, Brandon, what I need to do? Like, Brandon, what you would do if you seen this? Like, I literally sit there and I talk to him. He's like, yeah, I can't pick up his phone. I pray I'm going to always talk to him if I need help, if I need anything. Just like I talk to the Lord, or like I said, whoever y'all serve, talk to that person. And be like, if this person was here, would they be okay with me doing this type of stuff? Like, I know some people lose their grandma and they be like, it's no purpose for me doing that here. No, because your grandma, I'm pretty sure your grandma always told you, like,
baby,
go out there and handle your business now.
Make your money.
You gotta act like your grandma is still here. I know it's kind of hard in your head to still do that kind of stuff. Like, I understand. We gonna have days. Let me tell y'all something. All that, like, oh, I don't want to cry stuff. You have to cry.
Get out
and
there.
All that. Like I told Dante literally called me the next day, like, Brian, I just feel so much better. I'm like,
and I'm prideful, mine, baby. Who? I ain't crying for what?
Like, and I told her, I said, and if somebody laughs at you, beat them up. They gonna cry with you. You gonna beat them up so bad they gonna cry with you. That's what I'm on. And then I'm gonna go back crying about what I need to cry for. Like, it's nothing wrong with crying. Now, I'm not saying that you go around crying and have everybody feeling
sorry for you.
What does that say?
How do y'all feel about spirituality? We're gonna get into that.
Good question.
Great question.
Right. But yeah, like, cry. Like, if somebody around you is crying, laughing because you're crying, cut them off. Don't talk to them again.
And like I told y'all, if you didn't watch it, when I talked about depression and mood swings, I said, watch who you crying around, watch who you venting to, because you don't want to let something that's already hurting you cause you to spiral down even more, because you got people telling your business and running off with the information that you're sharing with them in confidence when you're sad. Like, that could send you into a whole different spiral that we ain't even gonna get into. Like, so make sure you crying around the right people. Like, everybody can't see me cry. Everybody can't,
but if you do see me cry, that's fine. Just mind your business.
Or you about to get beat up.
But I'll say, but if you laugh, I'm gonna make you cry too. Because they have better than beat you. I'm gonna beat you like your mama should have beat you.
Oh my gosh, she's crazy.
But yeah, and I'm still gonna cry after that fight.
Yeah. Oh. So the main two things that we just said was to cry and to talk to your person.
This might sound a little cliche. I know y'all probably hear people say it all the time, but literally write stuff down.
Oh, y'all, they been
write stuff down.
And I've yet to do it. My
write
sisters
stuff down. I'm telling y'all, like,
have been telling me to do this for the longest.
I have a whole business. I don't work nobody 9 to 5. You know, I gotta make my own money. I gotta get out here and do my stuff. I might wake up one day and be like, bro, F all of it. But I can't do that. Brown got big girl bills. Like, baby, them bills is not gonna be for the whole, oh, I lost somebody in my family, I can't pay the bill. The people gonna say, oh, okay, your due date is November 22nd. I need that.
Literally feeling sorry for myself. And now that I know what's going on, I can talk about it. Like, I was feeling sorry for myself. I was giving myself a pity party. Like, oh, it's fine. Oh,
this
you ain't
thing
gotta
called life
do that.
Gonna keep going.
Like,
that's
and
what
what I
we gotta
had to realize, like, my auntie gone. I'm sad. I ain't got no drive. I don't feel like doing nothing. Bills still gotta get paid. I still get hungry. I still need gas in my car. My car don't gotta get paid. Like, what are you doing? Like, no.
Now, I'm not saying, like, don't vent. I'm not saying don't vent. Don't let them. Don't do nothing like that because you need that type of stuff.
Embrace your feelings.
You need to let stuff out. Like, you can't hold it all up. You can't sit around and try to be the strong guy all the time. Like, no.
That's what I be trying to do.
Stop it.
Not no more.
That don't work. Like, that does not work. Everybody needs to be. I don't care if you got the strong friend. I consider myself the strong friend, but baby, Brianna feel like crying.
Okay.
Or if Brianna feel like she got something to get off her chest, what Brianna gonna do?
I made Brianna cry one time, y'all. I was so shocked.
Yes, she made me cry, and she was just like looking at me like,
whoa,
what's going on? Like, but yeah.
All right, Jessica. So, what are some of the things that you've done to deal with grief? I just want the people to hear your voice. Talk to them for me real quick. Put them up on some free game.
Ooh, in my experience, first you have to acknowledge the fact that, like, you're grieving, but sometimes your grieving won't look like the next person grieving.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, example, when I'm, like, crying or dealing with something, I, like, isolate. Because I don't want to share that. I don't want to spread that energy to other people.
Okay.
So I'm real big on my own energy.
Okay.
So I, like, sit in my own stuff. Okay, acknowledge your problem. Why are you upset?
Right.
I'm upset because this is such and so going on. So, and what got me was the fact that I learned all of this after I lost my boyfriend in high school. And even, like, 4 years later, I'm still trying to, like, navigate through those feelings sometimes. Because although I have gotten past it, I still have issues on understanding that, like, not all the time is that going to happen. Like, even moving on to be with someone else, I still feel like I'm worrying about whether something's going to happen to them or things like that. So you have to just acknowledge the fact that you have a problem, not a problem, like, what's the word?
Something's bothering you.
Right.
Yeah. You have to just acknowledge your feelings. Okay, it's how I'm feeling, and then move on for what's better for you. But don't ignore your feelings. Please don't do that. Because people sometimes, like you guys were talking about earlier, you can be strong, but people sometimes confuse being strong with being naive. Like, just because you feel like, okay, everybody gonna see me cry, I don't think I'm weak. I promise you, crying is what makes you strong. Like, some people have to get out the mindset of, oh, I don't want them to think I'm weak, blah, blah. Honestly, that's how they feel, because your mental health is so much more important than the image in which you try to hold up.
Ooh, girl, you're talking.
Girl, you said a word. Did y'all hear her? Let's back it up. Did y'all hear her? She said your mental health is so much more important than the image you are trying to hold
Because me sitting right here today, I could tell y'all, oh.
But Jessica, you just said so. You just said a word.
Like even... So I could make a post and be putting laughing emojis on social media, but on the back end, I'm going through it. And I literally had to understand and realize that if I don't have myself on the back end, at the end of the day, my platform is going to drop. I'm not going to be effective. I could sit here and I could talk to y'all all day about it, but if something is really wrong with me at the end of the day, nothing is going to be effective. I'm not going to be effective at the end of the day. You're talking, baby. You're talking. You got anything else you want to say?
Faking it till you make it don't work. It don't work unless you actually feel it. And you can look good, but that won't always guarantee that you feel good. You gotta feel good and then you look good.
She said faking it till you make it won't work.
It won't get you nowhere.
I appreciate you so much for getting on. Matter of fact, I even want to say even more because I didn't even think of this idea. Jessica really like, she was like, she just wanted to tune in, like just, you know, weigh in on it. And I was just like, and it made me think, and it got me to thinking. So I thank you for giving me this idea. I thank you for like opening a whole new door for my platform for Freaking Fridays. Period. Great. Like it's just an honor, and I appreciate you so much. You're welcome out here anytime.
Oh, so welcome. Thank you for having me. It's
no.
an honor to be here with two such beautiful entrepreneurs.
Thank you, girl.
Thank you. All right, you have a great night. Okay.
You too. I'll be tuning in later on.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. So, we got a message. We got our first message. Okay. Thank you, Casey.
Yes, y'all not alone. Yes, y'all not. Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all.
I was just telling. Ooh.
I can't see y'all. I know I probably look crazy twisting my head of y'all, but I can't see.
All right. So, our biggest tip from Casey. Casey, thank you so much for tuning in. She said, wow. She said exactly what she just said.
What?
She said, biggest tip, facing it and stop running from it. Sit with it, cry with it. It's okay to cry. Write down how you feel in a journal and read it a year later. You'll see a huge difference.
Y'all think I be playing when I say this right and stuff. Like, you can ask my friend, you can ask my boyfriend, you can ask my mama. Baby, bro, I don't get to writing all day.
And you'll feel 10 times better, even if you need time alone. Take that time. Don't rush your healing process. It'll only be harder for you.
Exactly. Some people try to be like, oh, I'm over it, and it be a week later. There's no way that you'll get over grief in a week.
And see, me, I like to...
There's no way on God's green earth that would work.
I don't know how to say this. Like, hey, y'all, welcome in. We're talking about dealing with grief. If you missed the beginning part, it'll be uploaded on my channel either tonight or tomorrow, depending on how the saving process goes. But yeah, I had a problem with, I miss put it on, like, and not put it on. I ain't talking about no clothes, I ain't talking about no design, I ain't talking about nothing. I miss put it on when it comes to getting stuff done. Like, I would literally have something go wrong with me, but if something gotta get done, I'm gonna deal with it later. I'm a procrastinator. Let's put that out there. I'm no longer a procrastinator. I was a perfectionist procrastinator. Like, if stuff is not perfect, I'm like, I don't got everything I need exactly how I want it.
Hey, love. I can't really see the name. Hey.
It's Nicole from church.
Oh, hey.
So, I'm like, if this not exactly how I want it, I ain't gonna get it done. And that's how I really was with my feelings. Like, I still gotta go to work. I still gotta go to school. My friends still need me. I still need to, you know. And like, everybody leans on me in my family. Hey, my baby. It's Tira. Hey, girl. She said, hey, my loves.
Hey, girl.
So, like, everybody leaned on me. If my attitude not right, if my mood ain't together, the whole house off. The whole friend group off. Like,
and I never understood that. My mom used to talk about your attitude changes the whole, you know, mood of everything. I'm like, why y'all letting one fake person affect y'all? Like, my attitude ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
You cannot have that attitude.
And I'm always, and I was like that for a very long time. My mom was like, you'll understand it when you get older. Like, there's no getting through right now. And as I got older, I'm like, energy is a real thing. Like, you cannot come around somebody and affect their energy. Like, I know this one person, when he get into his type of moods, he remove himself from everybody. He's like, I never want to put that on y'all. Like, I'm going to deal with this myself because this is my problem. I don't want to bring my problem to somebody else. Like, I would never go around. If I'm not in the mood, my friends know I'm not in the mood. I'll be like, y'all, straight up.
Straight up. Don't come over here today. And we be like, okay. Because the thing about me and Link Up, we don't do the attitudes. And I got, like, the worst one. So, I already be knowing how I get down when it comes to being irritable, irritated.
That is great that you're like that.
Anything, like
you know, you could feel the energy. You could tell, like, not to bring that around somebody because you will never be able to fix it until you know yourself.
And I've learned, like, my friends be like, because I like to do the silent treatment when something going on with me, and they'll be talking to me, and I just won't say nothing. And not because I'm trying to be disrespectful or I'm being rude or I don't respect them, because I had the utmost respect for my friends. Y'all, if y'all don't know, y'all know now. I had the utmost respect for all of my friends, all of my little ones, and it don't be that I just be hurt, bothered, something's going on with me. So my friends have, you know, helped me and coached me with my attitude and things and my energy. Like, okay, when you got something going on, just say, give me a minute. Don't snap on us and be like, just say,
because I'm a snap back.
Exactly.
And me, My snapbacks ain't good. Okay.
None of our snapbacks.
Because I be thinking you disrespecting me, and we cool. I don't do that.
We all don't play about our respect, so we all have come and like, okay, so when we all irritated, this is what we're gonna do. Jada, she just be quiet.
Yeah, she like
Brianna, it be on her face, like we already know what it is. So like, yeah.
And Dantasia, she when she hit one of them like.
Tierra said, unless you hungry, uncoachable. Yeah, y'all don't.
Wait. You know I can't see what is it.
Unless I'm hungry, uncoachable.
Oh, if she hungry, I'm walking away. I'm like, yeah, we'll fall out if she hungry, y'all.
But not for real, y'all. And it comes a part of, I don't know what it, I can't really explain to y'all yet to figure this out. But I just had this whole look in my head like, I gotta be the strong one. If I'm upset, nothing is going to move. Everything is going to be out of whack. So for years, even when I shouldn't have been doing it back in middle school and high school, I was putting on half people I went to school with don't even know half of what I went through. Tierra know, Brianna know, but nobody would know because I had to go to school, I had to go to work, and I had to be there for my team. Because if I'm not at the game, then it's all on Tierra and Jaya. Like, you know, it was so many aspects of my life where people depended on me and I had to be there, and it got to a point where I was always putting myself last, and I had to learn, okay, my feelings matter.
Thing. Put yourself first.
That's the biggest thing I had to learn.
Especially when y'all going through something, y'all have to put yourselves first. And I get it, you know, you want to be there for your friends, loved ones, family, you know, your job, your business, all that stuff. But if you're not right, nothing else will be right. Like, you have to put yourself first and get yourself together. Did somebody say something?
I felt that on a deep level.
Yes, girl. That's my girl right there. Yes, girl.
She is so sweet.
Yes. So, like, you have to put yourself first or nothing else will go right. Like, me with my business, I give y'all a little deep talk. On Monday, I had the worst day ever. Like, the absolute worst day. Instagram ain't know that. The Spoiled Brat Life page ain't know that.
We didn't know that.
I was saying, my friends ain't know that.
I said, why you didn't call me?
The only person who knew that was literally my boyfriend. Like, so, because I was on the phone with him the whole entire day.
Yeah.
But, like, I had to, what does it say? I'm sorry.
It's okay. I got a link with y'all. Yes. We gonna talk. We gonna get something.
But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I had the absolute worst day ever. But I didn't take any clients that day. I didn't do anything. Why? I would never bring anybody else to that. See, if that was a client first time with me and they looking at me like, I done messed up everything. You get what I'm saying?
They never coming back.
Exactly. You have to separate yourself. Even like if you feel like, now I'm not telling you to keep using this as an excuse to don't go to work, don't work. But some days you might do need one day off to get yourself together. Tuesday morning I woke up, bounced back, got I take you straight to the money. Also, as soon as I woke up to some money on my phone. Like, hey, how you doing? Let's get to it.
Yes, grief is it's something else, but face it.
Oh, and another thing. I don't want y'all to think like this is a rush process or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, death is a hard thing, and death is something that you could never fully get over. Like, my cousin died back in 2013. It's 2021. And I'm still dealing with that. Like, that was 7 years ago. 7 or 8, because Amari...
Hey.
7 or 8 years ago. Hey, y'all.
It's not a microwave. You can't put it in there.
Right.
2 minutes. Beep, beep. And you done. Like, it took me a whole year. Like, year later, a couple months later, I am I'm just not getting to a place to where I'm feeling more motivated. I'm like, okay.
Well, I can what is this calling on me? Look, y'all, this not Tasia Brand. I have to say, hold on. We got to end it up.
You know how fast I was going to jump. Because, baby, I don't do critters.
I say, not Tasia, end the line. But no, seriously, like I said, my cousin died in 2013, y'all. I'm still dealing with that. My aunt passed in 2017. I'm still dealing with that. I had the worst year of my whole entire life in 2018. My uncle died. He didn't get to see me graduate. We talked about me graduating my whole entire life. The year I'm supposed to graduate, he died. I started having seizures out of nowhere. My godmama had 2 strokes. They damn near declared her almost dead. Like, my great-great-grandma died. Like, I'm still dealing with all of that. Like, this is no joke. Like, grief, but it's okay. Like, it's a process. It's a healing process. It's okay. I don't want you to think you got to speed this up.
We're all in this.
Literally, like, everybody has lost somebody. Like, even if it don't even have to be death. Like, when I got into my car accident, y'all, sick.
Girl, you.
Sick. What am I gonna do without a car? I've been having a car since I got my
Car
license.
depression, that's a different type of
Like, y'all,
bro. Like,
the day that I got my license is the day I got my first car, y'all. 17. I ain't been without a car since 17.
being without a car, like, you
I'm
look out the
21.
window like,
You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Dang.
I didn't invest it into stuff. I'm always make my money big. But I didn't invest it into stuff that I thought was going to go one way and it went different. That's depressing.
Yes.
You know, you get what I'm saying? What does it say?
She said there are angels that walk with us all the time. I definitely.
Brandon booed me all day. Every day. It's tatted on me twice, baby. Y'all can't see the other one, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, my auntie was definitely get money. She ain't never not have none. So the fact that I wasn't in the mood to make no money, I know that didn't have nothing to do with my auntie, and I need to get myself together.
Yeah,
I said,
like I said, don't use
if
that
she
as
was
an
here,
excuse, though, y'all.
she'll be Dante J.
Get off your assets and get the F out there and get you some MF and money.
Period.
Cause let me tell you, if Brandon found out I was laying on my behind, say, look, he's not here anymore. Brandon gonna cuss me out so bad and tell me, but I mean,
what to get on and what to get off.
like that's what I'm saying. Like, life goes on without this. Life is a strange, hard thing. Like, it's crazy. This thing called life really gotta keep going.
I'm gonna go into the high schools and I'm gonna talk about some stuff with these kids because high school does not prepare you for anything. Like, anything. There's not one thing that I went through in high school, or not one class or curriculum in high school or school period that I
child, they ain't teach me
that I learned how to de-escalate a situation. I learned how to properly talk to somebody, conduct business, and deal with depression.
What's all the anything high school?
Like,
high school taught me how to beat folks up.
Yeah. And demand my respect.
That's
I ain't let none try me.
Well, we went to Redan, and we know that's ghetto town. So, but you want to say that? I won't care. I went to Redan High School. It was very much ghetto, but I am not a product of my environment.
Not at all.
You see me? Okay. That's life. I don't want you to feel like in Instagram, y'all. Instagram.
It's money.
Don't get on here and think like, oh, she just lost somebody, but she at the club. She going crazy, y'all. I'm telling you, she's going crazy. She thought that was her outlet. Like, that's not because I don't want you to think like, oh, her cream, like, she got over it fast. She didn't get over it. She didn't get over it. She probably crying in the club. I was just saying, she probably crying in the club. We didn't see that part, though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let Instagram fool y'all for any of this.
You don't look at Instagram as laughs, giggles, and money. You're looking at it all wrong. Oh, we talked about dealing with grief today. The main two things we said was to cry, talk about it, go at it, head like straight on. Don't put it beside you. Journal. Don't try to put on a facade. Like, nah, just deal with it. So cry, talk to your person. Deal with it head on. That's all we have for you guys. I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I don't know what we have going on next week. If you guys have any suggestions, you know, every Monday I post a sticker. So if you want to talk about anything, let me know. We're going to get on here. We're going to chop it up. I'm going to keep it 2,000 with y'all. I'm going to always tell y'all what it is and what it ain't. We ain't holding that back. So I don't know if y'all going to see her. Because, no, she might still have stuff going on, but it'll be between her and Jada or just me or all three of us. We'll figure it out.
I ain't ready for that. I just playing y'all.
Alright, but yes, I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.